ThriveCart Zapier gives you the ability to connect ThriveCart with a number of outside services. And for this, we're going to send our transaction information to a Google Sheet. So this will involve using the ThriveCart API capability, webhooks with Zapier, Google Sheets, and then we're going to use a request bin. It's a service kind of to test out what's being sent over. So let's dive right in. Okay, so inside your ThriveCart account, you're going to want to click on this little gear icon settings. You'll get taken to this page. You want to click on View API and Webhooks. And then go ahead and go to Webhooks and Notifications. And I think they give you 5. We've used them all up. Here's one for Zapier. And I'm just going to show you what's in there. And in a minute, I'll show you where that comes from. So this is really the only configuration that we have to do. And what it does is anytime a transaction or an event occurs inside from your ThriveCart account, it sends that information to that URL, to that webhook URL. Now, let's go and go to Zapier. Now, I've already created this one. This is a webhook to Google Sheet, and it happens instantly. Let's take a look at what it's doing. So first thing it's doing, it's catching a hook, and then it's adding a spreadsheet row. So we selected this capability, Webhooks by Zapier. And what it's doing is it's catching a hook, and there is the webhook. So that's what I want to copy. And inside ThriveCart, this is what I put in here. So I've already done that step, but that's what you need to do. Now go to Edit Options, and nothing. So that's it. We don't have to pick off anything special. The next step is in creating a spreadsheet row. We want to connect to Google Sheets. We're going to create a spreadsheet row is the option we want. And we have to assign an account. Now here's, I guess, maybe the tricky part about the whole thing. This is editing the template. Now, prior to this happening, you're going to want to have set up a spreadsheet that looks similar to this, with fields that are labeled that you want to capture. Now, it doesn't have to line up exactly with what's sent over, but you're going to want to know what it should match up with. So I created one with these names across here. And I've got a few of my own that I'm using outside of what I'm showing you here. I'm filtering for just test purchases versus all purchases. So in here, what you need to do is to basically put in the values that you want to get captured into what fields. So I'm using this ThriveCart spreadsheet. I want to use sheet 1. And then here's where I start to line up things. So if it says account right here, if I go back into Google Sheets, there should be a field or a column called account. There it is. And because I've already tested this, it pulled in the options, and then I just can click on here. So there is it, ThriveCart account. And then I keep doing other things. So here's another field, but I didn't populate it. That's something I'm using on my own. Name, I'm basically putting in 2 fields here. And you can put in as many as you want. And I'm not collecting or catching everything that's being sent over. I could, but I'm not in this case. So there's a lot more information than that I really kind of need, but I can put in all this stuff in here. And then once you're done, you want to continue, and then you can click on test this step. And every time a transaction occurs, whether it's live or if it's a real transaction, whatever fields you've defined will get populated with that information. So that's how you can use ThriveCart with Zapier to collect transaction information into a Google Sheet.